Hello, everybody, and welcome to our next webinar about the software tester profession. My name is Lilia, and today we're going to talk with you about reasons to work in IT, about myths and reality of an IT and software tester profession, and of course, a bit about salaries and job titles that you could apply to on the work site. And let's start from reasons to work in IT. There are a lot of such reasons, and you could choose yours. But it is not a secret that the IT profession is the most interesting profession in the world. If you love learning, if you're a problem solver, if you love reading books, if you enjoy to solve some critical, complex problems, this profession is definitely for you. And the best thing is you will have a good salary if you will work in IT, if you will work on this profession. And you could forget about credits, you could forget about cheap cars, you could move to a better district of your city, you could choose a better school for your kids, because your salary in IT will allow you that. And the most interesting thing maybe about the IT, that your job could be remote. So you could forget not only about credit, but you could forget about the traffic jams, because you could work from anywhere, from your home, from a beach, from a shop, anywhere. So interesting tasks with a good salary and the remote job. What else? Opportunities. IT profession is the profession about the opportunities. And you could choose different directions. In IT, we have branched out three of possible ways how to go. If you are interested in the engineering work, you could go to this direction. You could be a junior, then a middle engineer, then a senior engineer, then principal, and so on and so on. Your technical skills will be growing up, and your salary will be growing up together with your technical skills. But if you prefer leadership, you could go to this direction and to be initially a leader of a group, then a manager, then a top manager, or even you could start your own business in IT, why not? So you could choose any direction, but anyway, IT is your opportunity. Except the opportunity, you could find a lot of benefits in the IT. Benefits in IT is, the industry standard. And even if you read some description of a position on some hiring site like Indeed or Glassdoor, and you cannot find the description of benefits of medical insurance, of sports compensation, and so on, you could be almost sure that your employer will propose you such benefits, because again, this is an industry standard. You could forget about paying for sports, you could forget about paying for medicine, because your employer will give you such benefits together with your job. And more than this, imagine the situation when you are sitting in the bar with your friends and you are talking about the stock options, about that now you are a co-owner of the company. Stock options is, not an industry standard, but from time to time, employers could propose you the stock options, and it will be your respect from your friends, and of course, some additional money. So at least 6 reasons. Interesting tasks, high salary, remote job, opportunities, benefits, and stock options. So how to enter the IT? They say that it is a good profession to start from, a manual QA, manual software tester. So what is it about? A software tester profession is a quality assurance of application. And that's why this profession is often called a quality assurance, QA. And what is it about? You are the last outpost before the application goes live, before the application goes to the release. And this is you who could say, please don't go to the release. We should stop the release because the quality of the application is not very good. And this is you who is the responsible person for the quality of the application and for the decision, go or not to go to the release. So quality assurance, software testers. And now let's talk about myths and reality of the software tester profession. I will be your myth buster right now. So what about myths of this profession? There are a lot of myths surrounding the software tester profession, but let's talk about the most popular ones. The first one is that you need to know programming to go into IT, to enter the IT as a software tester. This is not actually true. Of course, when you want to become an automation tester, when you want to do some more difficult job, of course, you should know the programming. But for initial positions, such as manual QA, manual software tester, you don't need to know the programming. You should have a lot of technical knowledge, like how the application works, how the database works, how the backend works, how the integration is going on, how the application modules are communicating with each other, but it is not a programming, and it is much easier than to start programming. Another myth is the software tester job is routine, is a bit boring. This is it maybe for the guys who don't have that technical knowledge, who just can execute some tests according to the tests written by somebody else. But for the testers who are very professional, who know a lot of IT technical stuff, application, database, backend, and so on, the job is not routine. The job is not boring, because you should know a lot of interesting things and you should do a lot of investigation. We will talk about it a bit later today. And the third popular myth about the tester job is the confrontation with developers. They say that software testers are enemies with software developers, and they are fighting the whole day, and they are trying to not negotiate, but trying to fight with each other. But it is absolutely not true, because developers and you as software testers are doing the same job, are playing in the team. And your common goal is to create a high quality product. They are doing their job, you are doing your job, and you should not fight, but you should help each other. So confrontation with developers is not true. It is myth. And I was a myth buster with you today. You're welcome. So what is the reality of a software tester? Okay, let's consider it on the example. Say that you have a new functionality, a login. You are testing some site, and now you have to test the new feature. users' roles and possibility to log into this site and get some interesting features for you as a logged in user. Okay, so you have a new functionality. And how your working day as a software tester of this functionality will look like. Every working day typically starts from a meeting with your team. As I already said, you and your developers and other team members like product owners, like project managers, analysts, and so on, are doing the job together. And you should discuss your job every time. So every day starts with a common meeting where you are discussing your job, where you are discussing your problems, if any, where you are discussing how to help each other, and your progress yesterday, and your plans to the current day. Typically, it is a morning meeting online. Okay, so then you decided to get this functionality to test this login, and you start from investigation of the functionality. Of course, login is very easy, and I think pretty every human can log into a site. But you are a software tester, and your job is much more interesting than regular login to the site. So you should investigate how this login will look like. You should compare with some ideal pictures of the site. You should investigate how this login will be working on the backend side. So what backend services will be sent, and what responses will you get from the site, and how all that should work. Then you should investigate the database, so where that logins will be saved, and who will be able to get these logins, and who will be able to be a new user, and how the database will be changed when a new user comes, and so on. So you are investigated everything. From the UI and from how this login will look like to the internal modules of the application, like the modules that is communicating with the database. So your investigation is completed, and now you know everything about this login, about how it works inside the application. What else? Your next step is to plan your testing. Now you know everything about login, and now it is time to get everything planned. You are planning your scenarios, you are planning your test cases, you are writing special documents for you and for your colleagues that are describing how will you test this login. It is needed not for you to plan everything and to keep every step in mind, but it is needed for the future retest, for so-called regression testing, because in some time you will be back to this functionality and you will retest your login after some changes or after some defect fixing, for example. So you are planning everything, you are planning every step that you have. And what else? Hooray! You could start testing your login. You test from the UI, you test from the backend, you test from the database, you test the whole integration of the UI with other modules. So you are testing according to the plan that you have. And then, why are you testing? You are testing not to find all the defects. It is impossible. You are testing not to have fun. You are testing not to show your boss that you are a good tester. Your mission here is to assess the quality of the application, the quality of the feature that you are testing now, the feature of login to the application. And your final decision is this feature good? Is this feature implemented according to the requirements or not? And if not, this is your outpost. This is your responsibility to share this information with stakeholders and to describe why this feature is not good, what serious defects did you find in the application, and why these defects prevent the release to be in time. So go or not go. This is your decision as a software tester. Assessment of the quality of the feature. So you have a mission and you have the activities that you are doing to accomplish this mission, to reach your goal. And on the slide, you could see the percentage of the activities. About 10% of activities is meetings, communication with your team, negotiation, discussion of your work, discussion of the functionality. About 20% investigation, how this feature works, how this feature affects the entire application, how this feature affects the other features inside the application, and so on. Planning is about 40%. Documentation of your steps, planning how to test, negotiation with developers about the stability of this or that feature. So everything should be planned before. And that's why you have about 40% of your activities for planning. Testing itself, about 20% of your activities, and about 10% is reporting. Defect tracking, assessment, the results, and sharing the information with the stakeholders. Sharing the result of your assessment of the application quality. So you could see that this job is not routine, and you are a team player here, and you are negotiating with the other team members, and you are doing a lot of investigation. And the most important thing, you have a mission here. So what about the salaries? This job is very interesting, and this job could be the initial one for you if you want to come to IT, to enter the IT as a software tester. So what salary could you expect? On this slide, you could see the salaries in the US. Of course, in the US, we have different states with different prices and different salaries. And that's why we have the California state in the beginning. And in California state, your middle salary is 78, almost 79 thousand a year. But your salary could start from 52K a year. So what is the difference between that 52 and 78? Your knowledge. Of course, something is depending on your experience. If you are a newcomer, if you have no experience at all, only knowledge, of course, your salary will be not so high. But the more knowledge about the IT, about software testing, about the application structure you have, the higher your salary will be. If you are able to show your knowledge on the interview, you could hope to a higher salary. In other states, of course, your salary will be lower, but prices there are lower as well. In Texas, your average salary is about 76,000 a year and starts from 44,000 a year for the newcomer without any experience. In Florida, more or less the same, 65 a year for average, and 43 a year for newcomer, and more or less the same in Colorado. So you could use Glassdoor to find your state and to find what salary you could have in your state. But the picture, I think, more or less understandable here. Okay, what if you are not in the US, but you are in Europe? Here are some salaries from different countries, depending on the prices, of course, in this or in other country. And here we have 4 countries where IT is very popular and where you could find a variety of positions for software testing. Germany, from 38,000 euro a year. It is an average salary, and the salary for a newcomer tester starts from 25,000 a year. And the rules are absolutely the same here. Even if you are a newcomer, even if you have no experience or not very big experience in software tester, but you could demonstrate your knowledge on the interview and you could explain your future employer why they should hire you on this position. Your salary could be higher than the minimal one. Spain, a bit lower. Ireland, more or less like in Germany, and Cyprus. I put Cyprus here because this is a very known and popular IT hub. And you could come to Cyprus and you could find the job here. But salaries there are not very high, but prices there are not very high as well. So you should orient to the prices in the country, of course, when you will make a decision where to work. And pay attention that here in Europe and in the US, you should have a work permit. So if you want to work even remotely in the US or in Europe, and you are not in the US and not in Europe, please double check if your employer, future employer, agrees to give you a work permit, or maybe you should create your work permit yourself. So pay attention to this, please. But I hope that this information about salaries could be useful for you. So how to find a job, what job titles you could find on the sites. Manual software QA, manual software tester, this is the same. As I said, QA is quality assurance, and this is the sense of the profession, and that's why from time to time, software testers are called quality assurance engineers. Quality assurance, software quality assurance of software tester is a more practical job. So maybe you will have not 20% of testing itself, but a bit higher, maybe 30%, and 30% for the planning. As for quality analyst, QA analyst, or testing analyst, maybe it is a more job with planning. So your planning stage of your work will be a bit higher in percents. But it is not, a rule. From time to time, the same job could be called software tester, software QA, QA analyst, or something. Please read the vacancy carefully and please assess if it is for you, if it is the job you are expecting right now when you are looking for a job. And that's it for today. I think and I hope that today's webinar will be useful for you. Today we told about reasons to work in IT, about the software tester profession and myths and reality of this profession, about salaries, and about the job titles you could apply to. If you are interested in another topic of software tester or different topics maybe, please join us using the links here. The same links you could find below the video. Please join our channel. My name is Lilia. I'm in software testing for more than 20 years, and I was happy to talk to you today. See you.